Hey everybody, and welcome to the ausTILL show. We are produced by Chris Huckel. We are edited by Cade Claiborne. We are sponsored by the Tennessee Ministry Network of the Assemblies of God and TYM. How are you doing today, Brooks?
I'm doing great, and it's good to have some sponsors like TYM and the Tennessee Ministry Network.
Our free sponsors.
Free sponsors.
Well, it is without a doubt the most wonderful time of the year.
Without a doubt.
It's Christmas time in the city.
Jack Frost is nipping at our noses.
Ring-a-ling, hear them ring.
There ain't no doubt about that.
I cannot state emphatically enough how much I love Christmas.
What does emphatically mean? All I hear is fat.
That's not what it is.
PH fat.
Right. Well, I love pretty much everything about Christmas.
Everything.
My favorite stretch of the year, without a doubt. And I'm here for all of it. You know, some people get a little negative about certain aspects of Christmas.
Yeah. Whatever you want. It's all fun and games. It's all a go at Christmas time.
All a go. Some people get really condescending and snarky about Christmas music. Personally, I love Christmas music.
All of it.
Almost all of it.
Almost.
I play Christmas music all the time. In my office, during the day, I've got instrumental Christmas music going. When I get home, I hook up the Bluetooth and play Christmas music from Pandora nonstop.
I walked in here today and I felt like I was in a winter wonderland.
You walked into a Christmas miracle.
I could almost smell the gingerbread baking in the oven.
Well, as you can tell, this is our Christmas special. We've got our decor here. We are appropriately, is it frocked?
I would consider this partially flocked, not frocked.
I don't know if it's frocked or flocked.
I don't know, with the stars a little crooked.
Yes. Well,
beautiful stars.
As I mentioned, I love Christmas music. Brooks, what are some of your favorite Christmas songs? What are some of the best Christmas songs?
Well, first of all, my favorite is Little Drummer Boy.
That is absolutely my favorite too.
And I don't care if you're at home and you have another. I don't care if you have another favorite. It really doesn't matter because Little Drummer Boy is the best one.
The best. So me and Neely have this little tradition that we do on numerous nights during the Christmas season. We will lay on a beanbag in our foyer where our live Christmas tree is standing, Christmas lights on, and we will sing Christmas songs. And no joke, we start singing Little Drummer Boy, the tears are flowing.
I heard it the other day, and I literally almost had to pull the car over.
It messes with my heart.
He played his drum for him.
He didn't have nothing else to offer.
He gave him his talent, his gift, his ability. He said, "This is all I got, and it's yours."
He didn't have no gold, no frankincense, no myrrh.
None of that.
He just played rat-a-tat-tat, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum.
He said, "What I do have is I got some skill on my drum."
And bro, when that moment of the song, when it says, "and he smiled at me,"
incredible.
Jeez. So what are some other songs
I'm
you
about
love?
to get emotional. Fun fact, I played Little Drummer Boy in a Christmas play one year.
You were the Little Drummer Boy.
They strapped a string around a cookie tin and covered it in construction paper. Fun fact.
And you was pa-rum-pa-pum-pum.
And I had to sing in the mic. It was probably horrible. I was probably the fattest Little Drummer Boy they had ever seen. I'm surprised they had to pull an adult robe to put on me. I wasn't but like 6 or 7.
Oh, the irony. Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah. This should have been called emphatically Drummer Boy. Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Yes.
That's a classic.
If I hear the Trans-Siberian Orchestra come on the radio, I'm cranking it up to a 10.
Yes.
And I'm getting all in the Christmas feel.
It's literally Christmas having a seizure.
Can we? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard it communicated that way. But
it gets really quick, really fast.
I'll tell you a song that you see all kind of memes about it this time of year. Mary, Did You Know? How do you feel about Mary, Did You Know?
I think it's an incredible song that everybody and their mama has recorded.
Yes.
Which is fitting because Mary was the mama of the Lord.
Do you think she knew?
She probably knew that she needed to get somewhere. She was on the donkey all night.
So here's the theological breakdown of the song.
She didn't know.
She knew that this child was a miracle. She
Obviously.
knew that he was. Obviously. Knew that he was the Son of God or something in that context, you know. But she didn't know all the stuff that he was going to go through. So she did know, but she didn't. I'll tell you somebody who will fight you over that song.
What's that?
Michelle ausTILL.
We don't need.
No, she loves that song.
It's an incredible song.
Oh, yeah. Some other ones. Hark the Herald, Angels Sing.
I like the name Harold.
Yeah.
And Hark. He might as well be called Bark the Herald. Because what does Hark mean?
Is it like, hey, hey,
That's
hey, y'all?
We consider that barking. Quit barking at me. Harold barked. Yeah.
And then there's some of the other basics. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is the most wonderful time of the year,
Without a doubt.
But it can be the most stressful time of the year.
It
Because
can
you're
get
trying to
stressful.
figure out what house you're going to for Christmas.
My gosh.
Are you going there in the morning or are you going there at night?
Yep.
Did you buy the person you love enough presents? Why is that a thing?
Do we even need to talk about the presents? Because that gets me worked.
Yeah, I don't know. So Michelle will fight you over, Mary, did you know? No, Brittany will fight you over presents.
Oh, yeah? She's all about them?
She wants, like, and not just her, like, receiving presents, which Brittany does like to receive a gift or two, but she likes to give gifts.
Yeah, that's her love language.
She's like, don't tell me, like, that I spent too much because I'm buying presents for you because I like to see your facial expressions when you open what I've given you.
And we learned from one of our shows that she feels like she's married to an 11-year-old.
11-year-old.
So I bet she loves giving you gifts.
She might as well give me some Legos, which, by the way, is common these days because grown men are playing with them.
Grown men. That's a
whole nother.
I play with Legos with my son.
Yeah.
A few more songs. I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah.
I hit you right in the
you
feels.
should be.
Get your butt home.
You need to be home.
Wherever you are, get home.
You need to get home.
No place like home for the holidays.
There is no place like home. But I can just tell you, it's better like at the grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Like Christmas at home's great, but like going to your grandparents' house, that is the most special.
Yeah.
So me.
Something about that childhood nostalgia.
Just the smell of their house, and they always got the refrigerator full.
Yep. As they get older, the gifts change, though.
They change.
When you're little, they get you all these cool things. When you get older, you get like a flashlight. Because they don't know. They're just like, I'm tired.
You give them the gifts.
Right. They're tired.
But like, I've found that like a flashlight is a handy thing these days.
It's not bad to have.
It's not bad to have.
Another song or two, Oh Holy Night. Oh,
yes, that's incredible.
That'll make the hair stand up on your arms.
Why are we wasting our time singing other songs? These churches, you should be singing these songs. You should be singing Oh Holy Night.
You'll have everybody.
Silent Night. You should be singing those songs.
First off, you need somebody that can actually sing to sing Oh Holy Night.
There ain't no doubt about it.
I've heard some renditions of Oh Holy Night that would make me want to run out of the building.
It'd make a train take a dirt road.
When somebody sings Oh Holy Night, you're either going to want to run around the building or run out of the building. There ain't no in between. It's either majestic or the complete opposite of majestic.
It's on line with Bark the Herald.
Me and Neely have probably our favorite Christmas song together. Little Drummer Boy touches my heart. But Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I have laid in bed with her at night and sang that song.
Yeah.
And you know, through the years we'll all be together should the fates allow. You know, that so many have loved ones that aren't here, and it touches my heart when I think about it. I
don't even know. I really don't know half the words of these songs. I just know they're incredible.
They're just incredible. They come on.
You're blowing my mind right now.
And I feel it. Feliz Navidad. Do you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one because I like enchiladas.
I think that was profiling.
Well, whatever you want to call it, I like Mexican food. There's
some songs that are brutal. Feliz Navidad is not in that category.
No, I love Feliz
that one
Navidad.
song, and I mean, some people, if you're from the islands, you'll hate me for this, but Maliki Liki Laka, whatever that is.
from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, Maliki Liki Laka.
I don't know. You didn't, for the first time in your life, you didn't say something right.
I don't think that's...
Which is awesome, because I don't feel so bad about myself.
How does it go?
Meli Kaliki Maka. I don't know what it is.
What did I say? Maliki Liki Laka?
I don't know. We're borderline on the level of almost cousin right now, so we better stop talking about it.
So what are some songs that... Because there are some bad Christmas songs.
Yeah.
What are a few?
Well, I would say Santa Baby, obviously.
That song makes you cringe.
That song is awful.
It's inappropriate.
It is. Griffin's not singing that song.
Santa Baby.
I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Highly inappropriate. And what are we
trying to teach kids?
What are we promoting?
What in the world? Yeah,
Mommy
that's
don't need to be kissing Santa Claus.
No, she needs to leave Santa Claus alone.
Mommy needs to be kissing Daddy. That's the bottom line on that.
Bottom line. There's this one we were talking about. I kind of did a buzzkill earlier, talking about people not being with you for Christmas. Here's a total buzzkill song.
Yeah.
Do they know it's Christmas in Africa? I'm sure that...
Jeremy, I've never been to Africa.
I don't even feel right saying this because I feel like that song makes me feel like a bad person.
It makes me feel like I can't celebrate.
It's a total buzz.
I honestly don't know what they're doing in Africa.
I don't know what I don't either.
But I know this. That song brings the mood down in the room.
Substantially.
Totally.
Other songs.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't even know if that's the title of the song. But whatever song it is that has hippopotamus in it. A hippopotamus, do we really know what we're saying here? A hippopotamus is one of the most violent animals in the world.
Vicious, deadly, and dangerous.
Now, it might be my spirit animal. But here's the deal. Like, the only hippopotamus the kids need to be worried about is in a Hungry Hungry Hippos game that they're going to be getting from Santa Claus.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever heard that song. I've only heard rumors of its existence.
It's like some little girl saying, "I want a hippopotamus for Christmas." No, you don't. A hippopotamus will kill you.
He will take you in his mouth and thrash you.
Crush. He will crush you.
Every bone in your body. You don't want
that. You don't want that. That song right there is stupid. Baby, it's cold outside.
I mean, do we really need to go in on a song that...
We know it's cold outside. It's in the middle of the winter.
We're in December. We got it.
It's chilly. Put a hoodie on. How about this one? All I Want for Christmas is You.
That's a lie.
No, you don't.
Mariah Carey was...
She's a liar.
Tell me about All I Want for Christmas is You.
No.
No, you want other stuff.
You want the gold. and that's the bottom line.
Where to go, then?
Where to go? I mean, we're not even talking about St. Patrick's Day. We're talking about Christmas. And it's all because of Mariah Carey.
Baby, it's cold outside.
You know the song we didn't mention that I actually find myself humming?
What's that?
I always, like, when it's time for Christmas, I always hum Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells, that's a good...
It's like one of probably my least favorite songs. I don't really care for it all that. I'm like, it's what it is, but I hum it.
It's totally catchy.
Yeah, that's what I hum.
Well, before we shift, because Brooks has done some deep dive research into Christmas traditions, and he's going to share about that in just a moment. But before we do, you might have noticed my Christmas sweater.
That is a lovely sweater.
It's a lovely sweater. I'm sweating profusely right now. But
we had the window opened up all morning.
But it's a Speed the Light sweater, Christmas sweater, and I do want to just take a moment for all of our TYM family that's watching, all of our Tennessee Assemblies of God churches that are watching. I just want to congratulate you on a job well done. We made it our goal, our mission, to raise $25,000 for a Speed the Light vehicle for our Tennessee missionary, Katie Carter, who is in Costa Rica. Katie is a young lady that grew up going to our camps, felt the call of God in our youth ministries.
Incredible person. Generous with
Speed the Light as a teenager. And what an honor for us to be able to bless one of our own. So the TYM family, we raised over $27,000 in the month of November to get that money into her account so that she'll have an automobile when her feet hit the soil of Costa Rica.
Hey, Katie, have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Yes.
Because it happened.
Go ahead and get you some air fresheners.
Go ahead and get you one of the little Christmas tree air fresheners.
Yes.
Christmas tree cakes.
I just wanted to say that, because most of the people that watch this are a part of that process. Unbelievably proud of you. 2020, there's been a lot going on, and it's been really easy to be pessimistic or to just hit the brakes on everything.
Yeah.
But you guys took the month of November and were aggressive, took hold of the vision, and accomplished something I believe monumental, because so many of our youth ministries weren't having youth services.
Yeah.
Churches were having to put pause here and there. And so thank you so much for your generosity. Good job.
Absolutely.
So, as I said, you guys have Brooks. You guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could count us too.
My brain.
I'm the size of a crowd.
My brain locked up. You have done the research.
I have done some research on Christmas.
So let's take about 10 minutes and let's break off what you've learned. Everybody, you might want to get your notebooks out.
Well,
the table is yours.
We could just start off by, if you're watching this right now, maybe you could comment maybe some of your Christmas traditions if you're watching this. But what are some things you do? Jeremy, what are some of your Christmas traditions that you do?
The typical Christmas tree. Christmas presents. I mean, all the basic stuff.
Food. What do you do?
Food. Ham.
I'm glad you said that.
Pumpkin rolls.
Yes.
Yes.
Sausage balls.
Oh, God. Sausage balls.
Well, we're going to talk about that because, one of the things you don't know, and I didn't really know this was a thing, but has anybody ever heard of the Pink Peppermint Pig?
I have not.
It is a tradition, and if you go to a Walmart, which I highly suggest going somewhere else unless Walmart wants to sponsor the show, but Walmart's where dreams go to die, honestly. But you could actually find a peppermint pig, and sometimes the pigs are standing, sometimes they're kneeling or sitting. But a Saratoga tradition, this is a Christmas tradition, apparently it's a big deal. It started in Victorian culture, where they buy a pink pig that is peppermint, and it comes with a hammer, usually a little hammer, and you crush the pig.
Sounds violent.
I don't know why they did that.
You don't know the meaning behind it?
And it's pink. Why? I mean, like hot pink. It looks like bubble gum, but it's actually peppermint.
What did they do? What was the point? What does it symbolize?
I didn't dive into it that much because I thought this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But here in the South, we have our own pig tradition. It's called go out, find one, slaughter it.
Yeah.
And eat it.
A Christmas ham.
Ham, sausage.
Yes.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Are those things you want to eat on Christmas morning?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Make gravy out of it.
Right.
Eat it with sorghum molasses, table syrup, whatever you want to do.
But taking a little hammer and crashing a pink pig,
I did see that the pig represented good health and happiness and prosperity, which is it's dumb because a pig is not a clean animal. The doctors here tell you will go into cardiac arrest if you eat enough of it.
What else you got for us?
So we're going to move right on from that.
Okay.
Christmas, where did it start? We know where it started.
Yeah.
It started in the manger.
In the manger. Away in the manger.
But most people will tell you that it is a pagan tradition. It is a pagan holiday, which it did kind of start out that way when they started celebrating it.
Okay.
Some of you guys may eat a chocolate rolled up, basically like a chocolate Swiss roll, which I love. Jeremy, do you like that kind of stuff?
It's solid. It's not top 10, but it's edible.
Okay, I'll just go past Jeremy on this one. It is delicious. But they eat it. It's called a Yule Log, and it's covered in chocolate, and you can add whatever you want to on top of it that's sweet and sugary. But the Yule Log, this is what they would do, the pagans. The pagans would go out and they would find the biggest log they could, and they would burn it for warmth. Okay? They would Clark Griswold it.
Yeah.
They would go out, probably not with their bare hands, but with a big axe, and they would cut it down.
Yeah.
And I actually looked and saw pictures of what it would look like. There were some logs that were so big, it took like 80 to 100 men to roll the thing in.
My gosh.
I don't even know where you would find a fireplace to put that.
That's unbelievable.
So some kind of way they burnt the log.
Yeah.
And however long the log burnt, that's how long they celebrated.
Oh my.
So if the log burnt for 12 days, they drank and feasted and had a party for 12 days.
Okay.
I
bet that's why they went and found a big log.
Well,
they wanted to party.
12 Days of Christmas, you ever heard of that?
I have heard that.
There you go.
There it is.
So as long as it burnt, they would feast and party. And they said that every spark that came off of the log represented a calf or a pig or some sort of animal that they would be able to kill and have through the year.
Oh, so it's kind of a sign of
a lot of animals.
Right.
And so during the celebration, there was so much meat that they could literally just eat meat around the clock.
My gosh.
So
I mean, that sounds.
They were doing keto, basically. So that's one thing that they did. The Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is something that we all do. Some of you put it up at Halloween.
Yes.
We got some lovely things here. This is not a Christmas tree. This is a bus, but the Christmas tree is printed on the top.
Right.
So the Christmas tree is a tradition. Do you know how long we Americans have been putting the Christmas tree up?
No clue.
Some of you watched our Thanksgiving episode. We didn't start Thanksgiving until the 40s. Just take a guess.
I don't.
Early 19th century.
So 1800s.
I guess. Is that right? I don't even know.
Yes.
That's how long we've been putting the Christmas tree up. So this is where it started. The pagans would drag an evergreen in as a symbol of life.
Okay.
Because it was the only plant that could make it through a harsh winter.
Yeah.
How long did your Christmas tree last?
Well, I mean, good month, and then it's starting to be brittle and fall all over the place.
So, the evergreen probably, if they cut it down, it wasn't making it through a harsh winter.
No, well, no, but symbolically,
because
that's
one's
what
in
they
said.
Yeah.
The pagans were kind of stupid, but I'm going to move on from it. And so that's where that came from. And then December 25th, that was the winter solstice because they believed it to be the birth of the sun god. Can you think of her name? I've said it before. Mirtha.
Mirtha. Oh yeah.
Not Bertha.
Not Bertha.
Mirtha. Which is a terrible name.
Yes.
And it was said that she was born from a rock. We don't need to say any more.
You got a god born from a rock.
The pagans were dumb as a rock.
I mean,
why would you serve a god that was born from a rock?
How's that even possible?
It's not.
It's impossible.
It's impossible and it's stupid. Okay?
Dumb. Yes.
So we talk about Jesus' birth. Jesus' birth, we celebrate on December 25th, so we adopted that tradition.
Yeah.
But Jesus was probably not born in the winter.
Okay.
And do you know why?
Why is that?
Because if the shepherds are watching their flock by night, they wouldn't have been doing that in the dead of winter, probably.
Really? That's interesting.
They would have had the animals put up somewhere.
So what time of year do scholars...
Probably in the spring or summer.
And I'm including you among those scholars.
So when we... I do have a PhD.
Okay.
A public high school diploma. Okay. So when we celebrate Easter, that's probably around the time he was actually probably born.
Okay. So
he's bringing that out.
So what you're saying is that most of the traditions that we have that we associate with Christmas, they didn't have their origins in Bethlehem.
No, they did not.
But in pagan culture, which Roman culture, Viking culture, etc., etc. Okay, so how did we get to where we are now?
Well, believe it or not, when Jesus was born, pagan Rome was already celebrating the birth of Mirtha.
Really?
Ain't that interesting?
That's interesting.
That they were celebrating a type of holiday.
Yeah. Like
we celebrate now.
Yeah.
They were celebrating it. They were already celebrating when Jesus was born.
Okay.
And they were celebrating because of the birth of Mirtha.
Mm-hmm.
So the church decided if pagan Rome is celebrating the birth of Martha on December 25th, it's only natural that we celebrate the birth of Christ, the Christ child, on December 25th. So that's where December 25th came into play.
Okay.
Pretty interesting, ain't it?
It is.
Martha can sit down.
Sit on your rock.
Martha, have a seat.
Sit on your dad.
Sit
on your dad, Martha.
Because he ain't real know-how. I think Martha's actually a guy.
Oh, my bad.
So there was some issues happening there. We're not going to circle around.
Some
We're going to lay that
confusion.
over there.
Yeah.
But he can sit down because he ain't real know-how. It don't matter. Martha is just like the moon landing. Martha is fake news. Okay? So in the 4th century, the church made it official by declaring the 25th of December the feast day of the Nativity.
Okay.
All right, so that's where we got that. So they changed it around from the birthday of the rising sun to the birthday of the risen sun.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
Go ahead and take notes on that.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to let that marinate on y'all for just a second.
Marinate it.
Get some, Martha.
While you find your spot.
All right, so the church knew it couldn't outlaw the pagan traditions of Christmas, so they set out to adopt them.
Okay.
So the evergreens that people were bringing inside for the winter solstice, the church decorated with apples, symbolizing the Garden of Eden.
Huh.
And those apples eventually became Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
The holly, a traditional midwinter decoration, was recast to represent Christ's crown of thorns.
Wow. Holly's bushes will stick you. No joke.
They are no joke. And then later people were arguing about pagan or non-pagan. The church said Jesus is real, and if we confess that and tell it, it doesn't matter if you have a tree up or not. Jesus is what matters.
Absolutely. And we've talked about this before. If you watched our Facebook Live show that we've done a couple of years ago, then you've heard us talk about some of
these.
this. And I really do appreciate Brooks doing the research, because it gives this very clear picture of the potency of the church.
Yep.
And our assignment and capability to shape culture.
Yes.
To take that which is illegitimate and to redeem it. And isn't that what Jesus did? I mean, the church with Christmas, in essence, did what Jesus did with all of us. We were illegitimate. We were an enemy of God. We were sin-stained. We were earth-ravaged. And Jesus came and redeemed us and made us valuable and made us meaningful. And likewise, the church, realizing that there were these symbolic elements in culture, said, you know what? We are going to infuse them, inundate them with Jesus.
Yes.
And we are going to change the narrative.
We talk so much about changing the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes that sounds far-fetched. The early church literally changed the world.
Literally. We are living in a Christmas experience.
This is on this table right now.
Because the church.
Because of the church.
The church influencing the world. The church said, you know what? This is about life. This is about freedom from sin.
Yep.
That's what this is about. It's not about whatever the pagans said. I love the idea, as we live in 2020,
yes,
soon to be 2021, understanding that in the church, number one, we don't have to succumb to culture.
Nope.
We don't have to bow down to culture.
Nope.
But that God actually put within us the authority and the capability of speaking into culture and changing the way people think and see the world.
To walk among them.
Right. And people give the church such a bad rap.
Yeah.
This is an aside, but I get frustrated when people dog the church, especially when it's Christians dogging the church. You ain't here without the church.
Yeah.
But I get frustrated with it, because everybody likes to pick apart the church and how the church has fallen short and how we're not getting it done. But I mean, here Christmas is this living picture for a couple of months in the year of just how influential the church has been on human history. And we're a part of something special.
Absolutely.
I just think it's powerful that ultimately the pagans don't have the final say.
Absolutely not.
And I don't say that as in like the people are bad. I mean just that pagan thinking,
Yes.
that the pagans of that era, they didn't have the final say.
Everything we do at Christmas points back to the one.
Yes.
Which is incredible.
And that's because the church said, nope, this is what it's going to be.
When you go out to Macy's and buy your significant other some perfume or cologne, it points back to Jesus.
Yeah. I do want to, as we're winding down, encourage you in this. The Christmas season is magical. I mean, it just there is a mystique in the air this time of year.
There is nothing better than Christmas.
No. And it feels like the season of miracles and the season where impossible things are possible. Whether that's watching a Hallmark movie.
Yes.
Where the lady dumps the rich guy for the local guy in flannel.
Yes.
Or if it's watching about Santa Claus or whatever the case, there's just this idea that the possibilities are limitless. And I think at times in our Christian faith, we lose a bit of wonder. And I think this time of year is a great opportunity to refocus on the beautiful absurdity of what we believe. And I don't say absurdity in a disrespectful way. I mean, the world looks on it and thinks it's absurd. But just consider again, Jesus was born via immaculate conception. Completely impossible.
Impossible.
Whatever time of year it was.
It was documented.
Yeah, documented. Whatever time of year it was, angels appeared in the sky to a collection of shepherds and pronounced that the world was changed, that God's Son had entered the timeline.
Absolutely.
They declared, unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. That there is this new king, and because of his arrival and because of what he's going to do, human existence will never be the same.
Wow.
That he would be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Prince of Peace. Upon his shoulders, government would rest. Of his kingdom, there would be no end. Pain and sorrow and anguish, ostracization, lack, the systems of this world that are oppressive, all of that needs to move over because we have a new kingdom that's here and now. And it is all so unbelievably impossible. I want to just, in the last minute here, remind you that this faith that we have is mysterious. It is a mystery. And I am completely comfortable with a God that I can't fully comprehend.
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes in our Americana, in our Western civilization, and even in our evangelicalism, we like things to be really understandable. We like to water things down. That's wrong. We like to boil them down to the simplest of terms. We like to have an exact language to communicate what we believe, and none of that is wrong. But there still has to be space in us to just shrug our shoulders and say, I don't know. It's a mystery, and I'm just going to love and lean into the mystery.
Absolutely.
What you're celebrating right here and right now, this month, is virtually impossible. But it really happened. As Heath Adamson said, it's a true story. It really happened. And so as you get ready to do all of your Christmas festivities, I want to encourage you to just lean into the impossibility of all of this. To remind yourself of the mystery of God incarnate, of this little Mary that said, be it unto me. It's one of my favorite lines in the Bible, and I'll end with that.
Yeah.
The angel's telling her what's going to happen. This illiterate teenage girl that wasn't married yet, completely uneducated theologically, She didn't know what to say. She said, "Be it unto me." And it happened.
Wow.
She's like, "I don't even know what to call it. I don't know how to articulate it, but if God's doing it, I receive it. Be it unto me." I'm not saying suspend your intellect. I'm not saying to check your brain at the door. I'm just saying it's okay sometimes to say, it's beyond my ability to understand, but be it unto me. I'll take it. I receive it fully.
Well, that's so good.
Final thought?
I don't think I need to say anything else.
Well, we thank you for watching the ausTILL Show Christmas Special Edition.
Been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope you learned some interesting facts. Be sure to watch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook. You can also catch us on iTunes via podcast.
Yes.
Be sure to subscribe to Jeremy ausTILL on YouTube. Find us on iTunes. Subscribe to our podcast so you'll get all of the regular updates. Comment, interact. You can find Brooks at BrooksTill, me at Jeremy ausTILL on Twitter and on Instagram.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us. Be sure to share it.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and enjoy your family and your sausage balls.
Especially the sausage balls.
There ain't no doubt.
Merry Christmas.